My high yield income portfolio just paid me $275 this week, and I get paid each and every single week. Today, I'm going to take you inside of the portfolio, share with you what I have now, the moves I've been making recently, as well as my future plans and goals for this portfolio. And I'll also take you behind the scenes into the spreadsheet and share with you how it's performing so you can decide if this type of thing is something that you want to pursue. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm an American that's been living here in Asia for almost 20 years. And actually, I can live here in Asia without a job, right? I can have enough income to live completely free from a 9 to 5, and I can go anywhere I want to go. So anyway, let's get into the portfolio, and I'm gonna share this stuff with you guys. So let's record the screen. 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, Charles Schwab. I'll refresh this for you guys. So right now it is about 12 o'clock noon here in China. So the markets are closed. It's a Saturday. You can see yesterday the Dow closed at negative 0.5%. The NASDAQ was up about 0.5%, and the S&P was pretty much flat. And you can see my portfolio was up about 0.65%. It's not too bad. Right now, the value is $72,670. And you can see their cash and cash investments. I have $17,726 in cash that I'm kind of waiting to deploy. I'm trying to approach this cautiously. So, I could get a lot more dividends if I deployed the $17,000. But I'm trying to be careful. So anyway, let's go look what's in the portfolio. I'll share all the positions with you guys. There's not much in here. I've got XDTE. It's the S&P 500, covered call, 0DTE covered call ETF. 809 shares. This pays me each and every single Friday. I've got QDTE, which again is a NASDAQ 100 covered call ETF. This one, 325 shares, also pays me each and every single Friday. And I have YBTC, 102 shares. This is a Bitcoin covered call ETF, pays me every single Thursday. And then I have QQQI, which is the NEOS NASDAQ 100 ETF. This has a little bit more growth upside built into it, but it also pays a dividend each and every single month. And I only have 54 shares of this. This is a relatively new position in this portfolio. And I usually have other stuff here too, but I sold all of that stuff, and I'm waiting for a better opportunity to buy something else. That's why I have so much cash on the sideline from the sale of what I made, and waiting for the opportunities. So you can see down there, the SWVXX is basically like a $5,000 cash position. It just gains interest. It's kind of like a high yield savings account. It pays me interest every single month. It's like a 4% annual yield that pays out every month. And then I have actual cash, 12,600. So that's a total of 17,726 in cash. So, like I said yesterday, I did get paid. Let me share some of this with you guys really quick. Then I'll take you into the spreadsheet, and then I'll share my goals and stuff with you later too. So here's my history. We'll go down here. We'll just cover all of September, so it's not much. So you can see on September the 2nd, you can see I've made some purchases. I purchased some XDTE, 56 shares in total on September the 2nd, and I also purchased 5 shares of QDTE. Then you can see September the 4th, I got paid a dividend, $47 from YBTC. Then you can see on September the 5th, we get the whole thing there for you. XDTE paid me $170 in dividends, and I dripped that. So I just basically got more shares of that, which was 4 shares, and I also bought 1 share so I can get a total of 5 shares that day. And then QDTE paid me $92 that day also. And then if you look at September the 9th, I actually deposited $1,500 of my own money into the portfolio. I'll get into that later while I'm doing that. September the 11th, YBTC paid me $39. And then yesterday, which was the 12th, XDTE paid me $169, and I put that on drip. So I got an extra almost 4 shares, and QDTE paid me $65, which I did not, squeaky chair. I did not drip that. So anyway, that's how, I just got paid and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to share with you guys the performance, and also share my goals and what I'm working on doing, or what I plan on doing with this portfolio in the very near future. So let me get into that. I'm going to show you guys my computer screen so you just have a visual idea instead of just listening to a bunch of numbers. So let's record the screen. 3, 2, 1, bam. All right, so here we are into the spreadsheet where I track the portfolio and I make it bigger. This thing likes to mess up when I make it big, but oh well. You can see on the box here, QQQI, XDTE, QDTE, YBTC, the same thing I just shared with you. The number of shares are exactly the same as I just shared with you. This has my cost averages and all this other stuff here, which none of this is important. You know, what I bought it at doesn't matter to you. It matters what you buy it at, right? So keep all that into consideration. If you look over here, though, this is what we want to see is the actual performance, how it's performing for me, how it's working out. And you can get an idea if this is, something ideal that you want to try. So the first one, you can see QQQI across the board, we're positive on the market, total return, and market returns 4.2%. So if I didn't reinvest the dividends, I would be at 4.21%. But with the dividends reinvested, or with the dividends included, it's 7%. But this one, I do reinvest all the dividends. XDTE is the next one. You can see it is negative on the market return, but not by much. You can see the total return is positive. You see the market return is negative 1.78%. So I bought this when the market was at all-time highs, and then we had the tariff news and it crashed down. And this has slowly been recovering. It just hasn't fully recovered to where I bought it at. So I think, I can't remember what I bought it at now, but we can go back and look later. I don't want to mess up this thing, but anyway, it has been recovering and it's almost fully recovered. And my total return is positive 5.46% or 5.5%. Now this one, I have been reinvesting all the dividends. Like I said, we'll cover that in a minute. QDTE, you can see we're positive on our market return, slightly positive on total return. You see market return is almost 0.25% positive. So it's pretty flat, pretty much. But the total return with the dividends included is almost 15%, right? So this one's doing pretty well. And then we have YBTC. You can see it's definitely positive all across the board. 17.25 without the dividends. If you include the dividends or distributions, almost, let's call it 39.5%, right? So this one is doing really, really well. And the other ones I sold, you can see these 2 empty slots. These are just positions that I had there that I sold off. So that's what that's doing there. So overall, you can see the percentage is positive. So I could sell this entire portfolio right now today and walk away with more money than I actually started with, right? So that's pretty good. Now here goes the trouble. When you start messing with the size of this thing, that's crazy, man. Let's check out the dividend log really quick, and I'll share with you guys the payments I've received. So you can see here, this is 2025, and actually I bought all of these in 2025. I didn't hold any of these in 2024. I started these positions in 2025. So you can see at the top, XDTE was in January, right? That's when I bought it. You can see I bought QDTE in March and YBTC in March. And QQI, like I said, is pretty new. I just bought it in June. So these are all pretty new positions. They're all less than a year old. So let's look at QQQI first, which is here in the blue box you see. In September, which is now, you can see it's blank. This one pays at the end of the month. So I will get paid this month, but not until the end of the month. So I have nothing to share with you there. XDTE, I told you before, it pays each and every single Friday. And so far this month, I've received $340 from them. Okay, QDTE, again, just like XDTE, pays each and every single Friday. And so far this month, I've made $158 from them. And then YBTC also pays each and every single week, but it's on Thursday, not Friday. And I've made $86.21 so far this month from them. So if this allows me, let me go over here to the side and I'll show you how much that is in total so far. So you can see the blue box. Well, you can't see it now. Let's try this again. So you can see in the blue box there, hopefully, so far this month, I've made $584, which, like I said, is not a lot. You can see it's kind of less than some of the other months, and that is because I sold the positions and I'm holding a large portion of cash that's not invested, that's not gaining any money, right? It's not getting any dividends because it's just sitting there. So I need to deploy it. but I'm trying to be cautious and strategic about how to deploy it. And also, you see these numbers up here. These numbers aren't correct. I forgot to put in here in the sold positions, the positions that I actually sold. I've made more than $7,000 this year. If I show you the sold positions here, you can see all of these are 2025. These are all the things I sold. Ulti, Tesla, Coney, NVIDIA, YMAG, Misty. I sold all of those. And you can see the total return percentage is positive, and that's $10,200. So if you add this $10,200 of what I've sold to this, right, that's 17,000, let's call it 17,300. This is almost 100. So 17,300 is what I've made so far, which is more than enough to live in Asia, right? Like usually I spend about $1,000 to $1,200 a month living here. So $15,000 per year is what it cost me to live here in Asia, and I've already made 17,000, and we still have, September, October, November, December, 5 more months until the year is finished. So I've made more than enough money to, support my life here in Asia. So now let's get into some of the plans that I was telling you guys about. So you can see I have these 2 empty slots here. I want to add something in at least one of them. And I've mentioned this before on my channel. If you have less than $100,000 in your portfolio, I don't believe in having too many stocks. I like to keep it 5, maybe 7 stocks in total if you have less than $100,000. And I just showed you my balance is like 72,000 or something. I forgot. But it's less than 100,000, right? And that's why I only have 4 stocks here. Now, my 5th slot is going to be something that has a higher yield that can boost the overall yield and overall income of this portfolio. And that's kind of the opportunity I'm waiting for to buy into. That's why I have some cash there. But in the meantime, I might go ahead and deploy some of that cash to buy some more XDTE, because you can see I've been averaging down, and it's the only one that's negative on the market return. If I average down enough and it keeps recovering, then I will be positive on total return as well, as long as the market keeps going up. So I'm going to start deploying some more cash there to average that down. And it's also pretty stable. It gives me really good dividends on a regular basis. So I really like this one. So you're going to see me putting some more money here. And if QDTE, you can see it's slightly positive. If it does go negative, I'm going to go ahead and start buying a little bit more of this as well, but not as much of the XDTE, because I prefer the S&P. But I'm going to be doing that with some of the cash, but I'm going to be holding some for a big yield boost. And I'm kind of just waiting for that opportunity. And then I guess lastly, I want to share with you, like I said, this portfolio is about $72,000 right now. And my current next goal or next milestone for this portfolio is to get this portfolio to $100,000 or above $100,000 in total value. And so you're going to see me adding some money to this, because number one, I've mentioned this before, but I have several other portfolios and also have other sources of income. So I don't really have to have this portfolio to live here, but I can use this to live. If all my other income sources disappear, I can use this to live here. So I'm going to be probably aggressively adding some money to this portfolio to grow it to $100,000 is basically as fast as I can. And but you might see cash piling up and not buying a lot of stuff because I'm waiting for that opportunity. I don't want to buy at the wrong time. And I know they say don't time the market, so I'm not trying to time the market. Like I said, I will be buying XDTE because I am slightly negative on it on the market return. So I'll be averaging down a little bit there, but I'm going to be keeping some cash for that big position, or that big yield position. Not a big position, but a big yield, a small position in a big yield. So I'm going to be looking to do that and try to grow this even more in the very near future. So that's why you've seen the deposit of $1,500 recently. So that's what's going on in this portfolio. I do have a small account where I'm showing you guys how I'm growing a brand new small account from $0. And I've been changing up some strategies and stuff there, and I finally found out the strategy that works for me. So I'm trying to implement that strategy in that portfolio to share with you guys how I grow a portfolio from nothing. So I'll probably put that video up on Monday. So if you're interested in that, starting from a very small amount, check that out. Also, I got a bunch of free stuff down below, newsletter, Discord, stuff like that. My book is down there also. A lot of people mention the Discord link sometimes doesn't work. So if you try it and it doesn't work and you want to get in there, just like leave a comment like the Discord link isn't working or something, and I will send you like your own link under your comment so you can be sure to get in there. It's free. But just let me know, because sometimes I don't know if the links are working or not, because I can test it and it works, and then other people test it and it doesn't work. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just not very smart at technology, which is, I'm not. So I'm telling you guys the truth about that. So just let me know, and if there's a problem, I'll try to fix it for you guys. And then, yeah, that's really all I got. I do have a free course here on YouTube. Put the video here, watch that, and YouTube thinks you should watch this one, so watch that one. And I'll see you guys next time.